Hello, my name is David. I'm here to tell you about part 3 of the Thetaclis B2 speaking exam. Tell you how the part 3 works and to give you some tips to improve your performance on the day. So part 3 says there 3 to 4 minutes. So this includes the examiner explaining what you need to do and the 3 minutes that you are speaking with the other candidate. So what happens here, you'll be asked to discuss a topic, okay, with the other candidate. And there'll be a question that you need to come to some kind of conclusion by interacting. Very important to interact with the other candidate. You get about 15 seconds before you start to read everything. So usually you have a sort of spidergram with some ideas and a central question. You discuss each option first with your partner and then come to a conclusion in a perfect situation, okay? And so you talk for about 3 minutes. Here's a typical example. You can see the spidergram there, okay? How important are these things for a healthy life? And it gives you some options around, okay? Below is what the examiner will say. This is the examiner's script. In this part of the test, I'd like both of you to discuss the topic of having a healthy life. Here's a question and some ideas to help you. You now have 15 seconds to look at the task. Then give you 15 seconds to get some ideas. Now talk together about the most important things to keep healthy. So you discuss, you see how you've got the different options. So that's the way you should go about it, going through the options together so you can make a decision about the question. So here you're marked on your English, on your grammar, on your vocabulary, on your discourse and fluency, and how cohesive your language is, and coherent it is, your pronunciation. But all through the exam, there's a mark for interaction, and here's where it's very important, okay? This is a collaborative task, okay? Listen carefully to the other examiner, work together. It's as you would in a normal conversation. You're having a conversation with a friend. It's not just one person talking all the time, hopefully. Okay, hopefully there's an interaction between the two. You take turns. They say one thing, you reply, etc., etc. And you agree or disagree with what they're saying. It doesn't matter if you disagree. Even in the final conclusion, okay, you can say, oh, we can agree to differ is a nice expression, okay? Always ask the other candidate what they think. So if you make a comment and talk about one of the ideas, your opinion on that, you say, well, what do you think? Invite the other candidate to speak. Listen to what they say and give your opinion, agreeing or disagree. Treat your partner like an equal. Okay, it's not a competition to speak more. In fact, don't dominate the other candidate. I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. Okay, give them an equal chance to speak. Okay, and agree, disagree in a respectful way. If your partner is shy and doesn't want to speak too much and is letting you do all the work, try to encourage them, try to help them, give them a chance to speak. If later they can't, well, then they're not ready for the level. Okay, but give them a chance. You will get more marks for this by trying to help them or give them a chance to speak, asking them questions, asking them what they think. On the other hand, you may get a partner who talks too much and doesn't give you a chance. Then you should try to interrupt politely and be heard as well, okay? You can't be too angry about it because in the final part, as we'll see in another video, the examiner will readdress if it's been unbalanced. They'll try to give you or the other candidate more chance if the other one person has dominated. But any candidate who dominates too much will lose marks for interaction. Okay, so you're looking at these questions, you're giving your opinions. There's no right or wrong answer, okay? You can say whatever you think, whatever your opinion is, and you, as I say, you might disagree with what the other candidate says. Now, you've got quite a lot of options there, and people have to say, in 3 minutes, how can we talk about every single option and then give a conclusion? Well, it's true, you may not have time to discuss each option. That's not a problem. Timing's very important, so everybody gets the same time. You may be interrupted before you've discussed everything. But on the other hand, don't come to a decision too quickly. Don't look at it and say, okay, this is the best one, because then the conversation is over. Okay, there's not much more you can say. Discuss each option first, the advantages and disadvantages of each, and then come to the conclusion. And then you'll fill in the whole 3 minutes and you'll have a proper conversation. Also, it's nice to refer back to what your partner said. This shows that you're listening and interacting. So, as my partner said, I agree with this, or as they mentioned earlier, or something like that is a nice thing to do. Okay, remember in part 3, it's all about interaction. It's all about working together. So think about ways you can agree and disagree, instead of always saying, I agree, okay, I see your point, yes, I understand what you're saying, or maybe you disagree, you say, that's a good point, but, okay, that's one way of looking at it, but I would think, or I would say. So think about agreeing, vocabulary for agreeing and disagreeing, and vocabulary for giving opinions and making a point. Okay, thank you very much. There'll be other videos where we look at parts 1, 2, and 4.